We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The kicker, Jake Moody's got it teed up, and we are underway now from Santa Clara. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go. Go.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Niners are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Connects with Kittle underneath. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Kyle Shanahan's made the decision. They're going on 4th down. Purdy looking to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points, and because they kind of got away with one, maybe you come back and throw something similar again to show that you're not afraid, that you're not going to back down, and take your shot. Let the defense know that you're going to be there all game long.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 4. To throw is Daniels. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a
touchdown. Terry McLaurin, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounce back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. Purdy now to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off, and the Commanders are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Second and 6. Now Daniels. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. His fourth catch already in this first quarter. It's a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Give him 30 yards there. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Daniels. This is caught, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns in the second quarter, and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Purdy. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. Here we go with McCaffrey. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. I got to tell you, I'm shocked. When I realized they were running the football at 4th in that distance, I thought that was a surefire throw.
I can hear it in your voice because I'm the exact same way. No one runs the football in this situation, right? You've got to throw it to have a chance unless you're them. Talk about supreme confidence bordering on arrogance, and they got it done, keeping the ball on the ground to pick up the first down.
Here's Purdy. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Purdy from the gun. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Let's go.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to have it here just past the 25.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 26. On play action, they'll throw. Connects with Kittle underneath. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
And he is going to have a Niners first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Oh, what a move. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Throwing here, Purdy. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back to throw, Purdy. And it's caught. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk as the first half is winding down. And the Niners are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Moody good with the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now a 2nd and 10.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Let's go now. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
To the air goes Daniels.
It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. Daniels slings this deep from McLaurin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Here we go, set. 65, Jack, 65.
Now Purdy. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Purdy. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Hey, check that street. Shut up. Check go.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving the guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
That one complete to his receiver, Jennings.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. Play action. Now Purdy. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Shotgun now with Purdy. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. Quan Martin there on the tackle. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Purdy. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now. They go play action here. Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 13-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line. Go!
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 64 yards rushing for him now to this point. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Purdy looking to throw. And he's got it. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Moody good with the extra point. And we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the 3rd as they have their first possession of this 2nd half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to admit.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. Terry McLaurin, 79 yards. And the Commanders have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14.
49ers 14.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle, and that's going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll run with a fullback. Juszczyk. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Oh, they needed a yard on fourth down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it. Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go, set.
Now a quick throw as they get it to Ayuk outside.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
So often on these RPOs, we see the ball get from the quarterback to the receiver in what feels like a nanosecond. But on this play, he actually cleared coverage downfield a bit before the ball got to him. The net result, though, a considerable gain.
Let's go.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Purdy now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Go.
This is McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey
taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the 49ers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd down and 6 now.
Here we go. Cut. Go.
Throwing now is Daniels. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it.
Ready?
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Daniels. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Eckler now between the tackles. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Daniels. He's got McLaurin.
But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
Daniels going to throw for it.
Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the 1st.
And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Let's go now. 70 Timberwolves.
Here's Purdy to throw. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Here's McCaffrey. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance of 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2.
Here we go. 70 Lions.
Oh, look at this. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Commanders are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score a touchdown.
I get and appreciate that they wanted to go for the win, not play for overtime, but that's the cost right there.
Not so sure their fans feel the same way as you when they just watch that ball get picked and taken the other way, and now they're down 6. Looks like it's going to be a loss for them, an absolute catastrophe when they tried to be aggressive.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And with time of factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25.
Here's 1st and 10.
Throwing after the interception, Daniels. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like having there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's throwing it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
This one into the hands of Crowder downfield.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down.
They'll look to throw. Man open, here is Crowder. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Here we go, here we go. Go.
Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Here's 2nd down and 3.
Let's go now.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. This will be caught just inside the 10. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have as well as the understand where they are in the field?
Here's 1st and goal.
Back to throw. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game, one behind the all-time record of 5.
So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. And he has got it. So barring something crazy on the kickoff, we're looking at an extra period to decide this one.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. To throw is Purdy. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. Oh, and that is incomplete. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
So it's the 49ers who will get the football first with a chance to win it here in overtime. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Now a run with McCaffrey, and he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line? He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards. 3rd and 7 now. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If you make someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
19, Tiger, 19,
Purdy.
He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like he'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
And even 100 yards now for McCaffrey. It's a first down. Purdy off the play fake.
This one caught by Kittle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. Well, same target, same result. It's Kittle.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Go, track. Go.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back out.
Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Purdy to throw.
Oh, there's that Manning. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And he brings it back to the house. It's a touchdown. And in a crazy inning, a defensive score wins it.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Ready?
Daniels looking to throw. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
Play action, now it's Daniels.
Slings this deep from McLaurin.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. And that touchdown, his 5th touchdown grab of the game, and that ties him with Jerry Rice from 1990, Kellen Winslow Sr. from 1981, and Bob Shaw back in 1950 for the most receiving touchdowns in a single NFL contest. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. Daniels going to try and throw for it.
And that is caught for the 2 points. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
Oh, the trip home, so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us a dozen miles east of the National Mall at the home of the Commanders here in Landover, Maryland. The perennial Pro Bowler, Justin Tucker, has it on the tee. And off we go from just outside our nation's capital. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10.
Go! Ready?
Yet another Alabama back in the league. This is Brian Robinson. And a minimal gain here, only to about the 31. Here's 2nd and 9.
Get it!
Daniels now going to look to throw. A pass complete to Noah Brown. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Kyle Hamilton, the versatile defender, with the good coverage there.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Harry McLaurin. Touchdown, Commanders. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly, right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. Here comes the return from a yard or two deep. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. They face second down and 7. They'll go again here with Henry. They'll pick up 23 on that one. First down, Baltimore.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Middle.
Play action now. Jackson. He'll look for Flowers downfield. And now he loses the football.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
Here's first and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He'll get it into the hands of Zay Flowers. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. He'll try and run for this with Henry. He will have a Ravens first down. They're able to convert by plenty on that 3rd and 1. Going to go right back to Henry. And he'll take this down to about the 15. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. That is caught by the tight end, Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Baltimore. Now Justin Tucker for the point after. He knocks it through. And the Ravens will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Let's go now. Ready, ready.
First carry for the versatile Austin Eckler. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Set. Go.
Throwing on second down. Daniel. A hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Third and short, and it's Daniels. Now they'll set up the screen to Eckler. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A gain there of 20. First down, Washington. So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. Harris Evans on the scoreboard. More after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Ready.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. This is intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to take over once again at their 37-yard line.
For these young rookie quarterbacks, every snap in the NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level than it is necessarily in college, and I think he just got a first-hand taste of just how fast this pressure can get on you. And sometimes when it speeds up that clock, you can make a bad throw. These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
It's right.
From the shotgun, here's Jackson. That's caught. Derrick Henry. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Jackson on 3rd and 2. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he will lose yardage on the play. They knock him back to midfield.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Jackson now on 2nd down. This throw right is taken in by foul. It is 3rd and 10. Throwing Jackson. He finds his receiver. That's Bateman. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. A big play there for Baltimore. It's a gain of 34.
Hey, report! Report!
On 1st and 10, Jackson. He's going to keep it, and he will score. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Tucker for the point after. It's up and through. And the Ravens will move out to a 14-7 lead. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go, Scott. Riggs.
The tight end, Ertz, in motion. Pass downfield is caught by Brown. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Two minutes remain here in this first half. We'll be back just outside the nation's capital after this. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Ready?
Throwing is Daniels. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
70. Warriors 70. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Hut, hut.
To throw is Daniels. Now pass deep from McLaurin. And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there.
And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Washington. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. This one will be taken in the end zone, no run back forthcoming, and the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. To throw is Jackson. Down the field, he's got Aguilar. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Jackson. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. It's 2nd down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
They'll run. It's Henry. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. On 3rd down, Jackson. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by their rookie linebacker.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
Ready?
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their 2nd. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go. Go.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Come on. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Here's Daniels. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. Now a signal, timeout called. 9 seconds left to play in this first half.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
That's caught by Eckler.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Seibert's kick is good. And the Commanders move out in front. The new score, 17-14.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. On play action, here's Jackson. Sending it downfield for Likely. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half coming up. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
Forward.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll work straight ahead with Henry. Second and 7. Now Jackson. Going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup.
And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. That's the veteran linebacker, Bobby Wagner. What a time for a pick 6 for the defense. As the other team is trying to get themselves right back in this one, the defense extends the margin with the pick 6.
Yeah, just a critical moment. You find yourself on defense, Mike, trying to hang on to this lead. And not only do you do that, you pick 6 them, and you're able to extend that lead.
Seibert's extra point is true. And the Commanders go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Jackson now. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. Second down, Jackson. In trouble, and down he goes.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. That's the veteran linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
There's not a position on the field, Mike, let alone any sport, where the mental side doesn't come in and impact how well you perform. And in this case, when you've thrown 4 interceptions in one game, I think we can all safely assume some of those mental issues have seeped into his game. And if he can't get settled down, he's playing right into the hands of this defense.
And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
On the jump.
Ball resting on the 9. 1st down and goal.
Back. Ready.
Now a give, but here comes a reverse. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. Here now, second down and goal. They'll try to run with Robinson. A second effort, and he is in. Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Commanders. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Seibert's extra point is true. And the Commanders will extend this third quarter lead. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. This taken at the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Here's Jackson. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
When it starts bad, it has a funny way of ending up getting worse, and I don't think that could be any more true than it is right now. They're already down by multiple possessions, and after that start to this drive with the sack, they find themselves once again in a massive hole.
Back to throw, Jackson going up top and looking for Andrews.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. First down sack, second down big play attempt falls incomplete. And now to make matters worse, you got to operate in third and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
What can they do here? This is third and forever. From the gun, Jackson. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
That's about as big time as you get. There's a saying, Mike, that you really judge your quarterback by his ability to operate, not only on third down, but what they call third and pass, meaning it's such a long down and distance, they have no choice but to air the ball out. And when you can convert third downs at that distance, chances are you got a pretty big-time quarterback.
He's got his tight end likely downfield. A gain of 21 on that pass play. Good for a Raven first down. Again, it's Jackson. Now he'll run. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
Mike, this is the element to the position that this guy brings that's just so unique across the league. Not only the speed, but his ability to operate in the open field as a runner. It is hard for a defense to plan for a guy like this.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Now a 3rd and 2. Jackson. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level.
Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Frankie Luvu.
Just think back to a few plays ago, Mike. This offense is finding themselves entering the red zone. It looked like we're about to see a touchdown, but that's how fast things can change in this game. The defense finds themselves with their back against the wall, coming up with a huge 4th down stop. Not only do they keep points off the board, but it's nicer to do it when you come off with the ball in your hand.
Hold it ready.
1st and 10.
Ready.
The drive starts with a carry by Eckler. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports.
Panther 11. Here we go. Start. Ready.
On second down, it's Daniels. And that is incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
On third down, they'll throw with Daniels. He's got a man. It's McLaurin. And he's going to take this one all the way. 80 yards. Touchdown, Washington. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Cyber's extra point is true. And the Commanders will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. Hardy now with the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. A first down throw for Jackson.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Now it's Jackson. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force fourth down. Now Jackson. Incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on fourth. They'll wind up giving the ball over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
This is caught at the 2. And he is going to be out of bounds. They get 24 on that one. And just like that, it's first and goal.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So, really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out.
To the pylon, he's in. Olamide Zaccheaus. Touchdown, Washington. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. On first down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. On the give, here's Henry. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Hey, move!
On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. And this time, they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's second down. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Third and long. Play action now. Jackson going up top and looking for Flowers. To the goal line and in. Zay Flowers. Touchdown, Baltimore. Tucker's extra point up and good. And the Ravens are able to cut into the deficit. Down 3 scores, and it's late. They're going to need a few bounces to go their way. They'll start right here trying to get an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
If they don't come up with this, the game is over. But now, anything can happen. You've got plenty of time, down 3. The first job, make sure you at least get the ball in field goal range to force overtime. But if the opportunity presents, try to win this thing in regulation.
3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Taking off. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down.
Mike, anytime you're preparing to play a quarterback like this, the defense has to be prepared to keep him in the pocket. Once he gets out, we can see clearly why he is such a threat with his legs.
There's a short. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Commanders come up with it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a...
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay, so this one is going to need a little closer look. So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Jackson now on second down. That's downfield, and he's got Andrews, his tight end. 20-yard pickup there. First down, Baltimore. Jackson looking to throw. He's got it at about the 8. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Don't worry. 13.
To throw is Jackson. That is caught back corner of the end zone. Zay Flowers. Touchdown, Ravens. He has come alive after the break. His 3rd touchdown of the second half. Now Jackson and the Ravens will try to tack on 2 more. They'll look to throw. And he gets into the end zone for the 2. So it's not over yet. It's back to a two-score game. This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
This is tough. You're trying to give your guys a chance and time it just right, but you have to hit it hard enough. This time, it doesn't go 10 yards. Not going to work out.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Get up! Get up!
They run. Eckler. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to get the football, and they'll have it just past the 20-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
They'll drop to throw. He'll look for Flowers downfield. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down.
In these critical moments of the game, Mike, you always turn to your best players, and that's exactly what they did here, and they just weren't able to connect. Give this defense a lot of credit. They knew when it was crunch time, where did this quarterback want to look? And they were ready, and they took him away.
That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. Still on his feet. Mark Andrews. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet. Using the tight end to get to the end zone, Greg, it's your old position. You're very familiar with that. That catch and carry. What an ability for your tight end to take it to the house.
Yeah, and this was never really the strength of my game, Mike, but we're seeing so many tight ends around the league who not only are great at securing the catch and making the tough ones, but it's their ability to extend the play after the catch that's separating them, just like we saw here.
Hey, report!
From the shotgun, here's Jackson. And a big conversion for two, and it's a one-score game. The deficit is only 8. A one-score game late, you figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick, not much of a chance.
Pass downfield is caught by Brown. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Seibert out now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Commanders tack on one more to their lead. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 17. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing Jackson. Going up top and looking for Flowers. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Now Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Jackson now. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down. To the air one more time with Jackson. He'll try to run for it. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Commanders come up with it.
This one's going to be tough to stomach. I mean, all he has to do is just hold on to the ball, and they've got a fresh set of downs. He was past the yard to gain, but unfortunately, even though they gave up the first down initially, the defense was determined to get off the field one way or another, and they found a way to do just that.
On first down, Daniels. That's going to wind up incomplete, but a penalty flag is down on the play. Let's see what that's all about. Here's first and 10.
19 Lions. Here we go, here we go. Ready.
Operating from the gun. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts, and they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
Ready, ready.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long.
Let's go now. Trap 60, trap 60. Ready, ready.
To throw is Daniels. Now pass deep for McLaurin. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His third touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man. They're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
Now, a two-point conversion attempt coming.
Go.
Throwing is Daniels. This is caught. He's got it. And they tack two more onto their lead.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. One last shot now for Jackson. And he's going to go out of bounds with no time remaining on the clock. This game is over. So it's a win here for the Commanders. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Commanders are winners, as we say so long from just...
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Here's the rookie from Alabama, Will Reichard, ready to get us started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And he won't quite make it to the 25. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
From the 25, here's a 2nd and 9. Now Daniels. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. The rookie from LSU leading this offense well. A good throw there leads to a first down. They go play action. Daniels. They'll roll him out right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Zach Ertz, the man in motion. Daniels looking to throw. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 40. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. Off the play fake, Daniels. He'll buy some time right. Pass incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Second and 10. Throwing now is Daniels. The Vikings after it, and they get there for a sack. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DM.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Flushed out right. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Okay, great.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Zach Ertz, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bullying his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
Now it's 2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Darnold now to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And that is incomplete. A real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Second down and 6 now from the 26. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Escaping the pressure right. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 26 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Darnold. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's now 6 dropbacks, 6 incompletions. Yeah, the defense has been pretty good early, but he's got to start hitting some of those throws. He's making them better than what they actually are.
Now it's Darnold. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
And here we go on 4th. Darnold. And he is caught. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there, making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
That'll give him 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Again, Darnold. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jalen Naylor, 44 yards. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. He might score. He will score. Touchdown, Washington. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and it's now 21-7. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. Ty Chandler now on the return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Darnold. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. They'll get 34 yards there.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Completes it to Powell. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
This is caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and goal.
Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll run it with Jones. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Commander defense able to hold. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well. Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll throw again from their own end zone. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. To the air goes Daniels. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. Daniels going to throw for it. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. To throw is Daniels. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. Big yardage that time for Washington. 41 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down. Here's Daniels. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
What a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Daniels. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of debt.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Next, the score. Commanders 28, Vikings 7. Austin Seibert set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you, as he'll be backed up to start this drive.
At their own 8-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. Addison hauls it in. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
This time they stay on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this 1st half. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
The Vikings set to receive the 2nd half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Back to throw, Darnold. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Well, they're certainly in a bad way right now. Not so bad that you can call this one over already, but bad enough that you know you can't toss an interception to open the second half. This just ratchets up the pressure on this team's defense right now.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
Come on, come on. 18 reps.
Throwing now is Daniels. Eluding the pressure right. Robinson's got it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're... And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. Zach Ertz, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Have 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone...
Darnold, he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
To throw is Darnold. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. A play fake, and it's Darnold. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A very solid gain of 27. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To the air again, Darnold. Escape, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Off of play action, Darnold. This one swung out here to Jones. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
A 6-yard gain.
Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Now they snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Aaron Jones from 6 yards away. And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Yeah, Darnold's going to change the play. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
They're on the 27-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
Well, this certainly feels like complimentary football to me, partner, because the momentum from the team's touchdown drive looks like it's made its way over to the defense. They're working together in tandem now. Offense gets in the end zone. Defense with a big sack on the first play of the following drive.
Daniels looking to throw. And this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Daniels. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Good job by this defense, and now playing what they call complementary football. Offense scores a touchdown for them, so they come right out, force what should be a 3 and out, and keep the momentum squarely on their side.
On 4th down, here's Daniels. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Play action. It's Darnold.
Touchdown, Vikings. Josh Oliver from 6 yards away. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it. And oh, it's blocked. And now Washington has it. There he goes, left side. And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Well, I think there was a lot of surprise from the kicking team there. After the block, they kind of froze and then realized, oh, wait, they can return this, and they returned it all the way.
And you know why they froze? Not often do you get that second sound, right? There's the kick, you hear that, and then there's that second thud when there's a block. That's when people freeze and they have to realize where the ball is. They picked it up and took it the other way.
Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Second and 1. Flush to his right. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Let's give a little credit to the defense on that one. They resisted quite well. That pass fell incomplete. But this ball game for him, that's just a momentary speed bump. He's played awfully well throwing the football.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Down the right sideline, and he will work his way out of bounds here at the 25-yard line. A big gainer there on 3rd and 1. 43 yards on the ground. So it's 3rd and 1. The defense, they stack the box, and that's the problem. You break through that first level, there's no second level.
And most good running teams work against stacked defenses. They don't care if you have 6 in the box, 7 in the box, 8 in the box. It doesn't matter to them. Blocked.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To the air goes Daniels. Under pressure, they got him again. Jonathan Bernard. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. Daniels going to throw for it. Flushed out right. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Now Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That is incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Darnold now to throw.
Complete. Jefferson the target. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
And the Vikings, first down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Darnold. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And they'll get this down to the 10. 16 yards on the play as they try to chip away at this 16-point deficit.
But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
The left side completion to Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. One back in the game. That's Jones, second and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Aaron Jones with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They're going to throw for the 2 with Darnold. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And some room to roam now. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards there, a first down. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Here's Daniels. And he's going to be taken down there. A sack back in the 32. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
To throw is Daniels. This is caught. It's Brown. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so. He's had a very nice day throwing the football, and I think on this play, he's just trying to buy some time so he can make another big throw downfield. Unfortunately, couldn't connect on that one.
Let's go now.
Now Daniels. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. Looking to throw. Daniels. Oh, the ball comes out on the hip, but they'll say it's incomplete.
his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On fourth down, Daniels. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Here's 2nd down. Darnold to throw. Completes this to Jefferson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Darnold. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Darnold. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Commanders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch. But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands.
Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And the Vikings come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.